Hello, I'm Paul.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Ben.
And welcome to the Filmbusters podcast. The film show with no filters, no prisoners taken, loads of disagreements, but one hell of a love for cinema.
If you want to hear three friends ridiculing each other for an hour or so regarding their taste in films, then you have come to the right place.
In each episode, one of the team picks a film for us to discuss. It could be anything from a recent cinema release to an all-time classic.
So, strap in and get ready to get mad or get vindicated as we guide you through the murky world of being a film geek.
If you like what you hear, you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram using @FilmbustersPod. You can also find each of our individual accounts. I'm at Filmbusters Paul.
I'm at Filmbusters Adam.
And I'm at Filmbusters Ben.
If you want to use your eyes instead of your ears, you can also visit the website at filmbusтерspod.co.uk.
And if busting makes you feel good, you can also support us at patreon.com/filmbusters for exclusive content.
Alright, can we just get on with this now, please?
Filmbusters.
Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back. It's just me and Adam today. How are you, Adam?
I'm all good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm wonderful, thank you. Ben decided not to turn up for this miraculous film we're doing today.
I know. Let's see if you made the right decision or not.
Oh, I wonder. I bloody wonder. Have you seen the rating of this on Letterboxd?
I didn't actually look at it, but I saw. When I logged it, obviously in the diary, I just saw what the biggest bar was, and yeah,
it's the bottom one. Do you want to hear what it actually is?
Is it like a 1.2 or something?
It'll be so lucky. It's a 0.9.
Wow, that's surely got to be one of the only films below a 1.
I know. I don't think I've ever seen one that's a 0 point something. That's crazy.
At, like, American Psycho 2.
Oh, I bet you it's not anything like that. 1.6. See, it's not even close.
Estarco. What does Estarco get? It's 1.6.
We're doing a little duo of bad films now, aren't we?
Kiss meets The Phantom of the Park is a 2.5 in comparison.
And Estarco is a 1.6.
Yeah.
So presumably, depending on how we feel about this film, we could be looking at a better film next week. Who knows?
The only thing is, there's 3 people who have watched it on my Letterboxd, and it's got 4 stars, it's got 6 stars, and it's got 7 stars.
What, Dragon Ball Z? I mean,
yeah.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah.
I keep saying Dragon Ball Z. That's what I know.
So whether they, yeah. One of them is the guy who made Velocipasta.
Yes, everyone. Today we are doing Dragon Ball Evolution. This is a Proton pick. It's from For Your Reference, one of our patrons. For Your Reference, Katie and Oti. They have the right as a patron to jump on the back of any round we do. This is the 2009 round, and they said, "Hey, I want you to do this really badly rated film."
Yes.
Just because it's their right. And it's like, hell yeah, I'm going to do it for you guys.
But isn't it also their right that they can come on the podcast with us at one point, and they chose not to do it this time?
Oh yeah, of course.
So they've used one of their rights, but then also advocated the other. Also, they haven't rated it on Letterboxd as well, which is weird. I hope they watch it at some point, because otherwise it's just a waste of time. Me and you doing it.
Exactly. But what can you do? So yes, everyone, today we're doing Dragon Ball Evolution, and I want to take this moment just to plug our patron, because this is just all about the patrons. This episode, it's a film literally given to us by a patron, and it's their absolute right to do so. But just for your context, we got a wonderful patron at www.patreon.com/filmbusters, where we have loads of exclusive benefits that you might love. We have 5 wonderful tiers with loads of different benefits. We've got the Slimer tier, literally £1 single, and that gets you a wonderful monthly roundup episode every month where we chat about our top 3 films and our bottom worst film. That's always fun, isn't it?
Yeah, and we talk about other films on there sometimes if we went to see a screener of a film beforehand.
Yes, exactly, yeah. The specials, yeah, exactly. And yeah. You know exactly what's going on the Patreon, don't you?
I know that tier, I don't know the rest of the tiers.
The specials, that's what we call those, the specials, where we go to exclusive screenings. You get the exact knowledge of what we've thought about new films that have just come out that we get press screenings for. which is all pretty wonderful. That's literally one single pound. And that's not even it. That's not everything you get on that tier. You also get the new thing that we've introduced this year, which is the Baccarat Blind Spot episodes. These are a handful of exclusive patron episodes where we review a massive, highly rated film that none of us have seen, which is exciting. You get an absolutely exclusive episode about 3 times a year that no one else is going to hear unless you're a bloody patron, which is absolutely wonderful. And don't forget, you get shout outs as well. We shout you out on pretty much every episode. We also have the Venkman tier. This is the £3 tier, and the extra this, you get an episode every week, a bonus episode. How about that? Well, we chat about some just stuff we want to talk about, normally relating to the film we're chatting about today. What are we talking about at the end of this episode on the bonus episode?
Talking about nostalgic films.
Exactly. Well, failed nostalgia, really. Failed nostalgic films. Films that came out way after that lovely nostalgic feeling you got from something, and then it just absolutely failed.
You're going to have a better selection in this because you're also of an old enough age where they have remade your films.
You're going to have some. You'll be alright. You'll find some. We also then have the Spengler tier. This is the £5 tier, and for this one, you get all the exclusive video content. This is all the videos we basically do on our monthly roundup episodes, and any extra bonus videos that we decide to do on a given day. And you also get a 1 proton pick. So this is a proton pick, is basically what For Your Reference have done this episode, where they've decided, hey, I want you to do this film because you're doing this round. The film, Dragon Ball Evolution from 2009, and we're in the 2009 round. So, Katie Notes were like, hey, do this film. And we're doing it. So how about that? Then we got the Stance tier, £7.50. This is where you really get the influence on the show. You basically host a whole round, just like Sean did for this round. He did Down Terrace. So he said, hey, do Down Terrace. So because it's 2009, we're doing the bloody 2009 round. He hosting this bloody round. So how about that? You also get some wonderful Filmbusters stickers. And finally, the biggest tier of all, the Zeddemore tier, the £10 a month tier, where you pretty much run the bloody show throughout the whole year. You're just saying, hey, do this, do that, bloody whatever. And that's what you're getting. We're getting all the films you want to do. You can come on the show. You can be a Filmbusters host, for God's sake. How about that? It's all pretty bloody wonderful. And I just want to say thank you to all our wonderful patrons that we've had for so long. You're just all amazing. You make this all just... we love doing this anyway. It's just an absolute passion. But you're like the cherry on top of this gorgeous little thing we do. You want to say anything about that, Adam?
Not really. I don't know what to say.
Classic Adam.
Come and join us and have fun.
Exactly, and that's www.patreon.com/Filmbusters. Adam, shall we go and talk about Dragon Ball Evolution?
No.
Okay, goodbye everyone.
In an ancient time, Earth was nearly destroyed. Not by man, but by gods from the sky. 7 mystics banded together to fight the invaders. They created the Dragon Balls. Now the signs have appeared again. The evil has returned. Only one chosen warrior has the power to defeat this threat.
I'm not ready for this.
You are the only one who can do it.
With this Dragon Ball, I take my vengeance upon the Earth.
We have to find the Dragon Balls before the eclipse.
Let's go.
We'll go, but we go together. Cool.
Right everyone, today we're talking about Dragon Ball Evolution from 2009. This is directed by James Wong. It's a spoiler episode, so if you haven't seen the film, we're going to spoil it terribly for you. So you probably want to go watch it, don't you, Adam? They definitely want to go watch it first.
Yes, you definitely want to watch it.
Exactly. You'll be completely in the dark, and we wouldn't want that for you. So go and do it first before you come and listen. There's been a couple of people who've been in films we've done before, and is there anyone that stands out when you saw them in this film, Adam?
Nope.
Oh, you're ridiculous if you didn't see someone.
Who? The main guy?
There's fucking someone here that inspires this whole podcast.
Well, from Ghostbusters.
Yes. Ernie Hudson, mate. He's that mage.
Oh, yes, he is.
That's doing the chanting or something. He's there. Do you know, for some reason. Ghostbusters Afterlife. That's the film we did. Zeddemore. He was in this film. For some reason, he was here.
Because he was getting paid a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he did. There's also someone else. It's Randall Duck Kim, who's the granddad of Goku. And he is the Doctor in John Wick 3. Do you remember the Doctor?
I remember the Doctor.
He's got to, like, heal him quickly before the time runs out.
At the beginning. And then...
That's the one, yeah. He's in this film as well. So there you go. Adam, do you want to give a little plot rundown of this film?
I think just like everyone else in this film, and people who starred in this film and people who wrote this film, I don't think I really know what the plot is. It's some kids who are meant to be Dragon Ball. I don't really get Dragon Ball. I don't really know anything. Like, I've never seen anything behind it. Like, I never watched the actual series. I don't know how it works, and I still don't know how it works off the back of this film. But
I don't think you would, anyway.
They got to go catch the balls. Is that true? Like, it's Pokemon balls, but not the same.
Got to catch the balls.
Well, they said keep going for their keys, isn't it?
Collect them.
Yeah, whatever it is. Anyway, they got to go do that. And then they find some evil people that aren't... yeah.
It's very anime plot. It's an anime plot. But this
doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't follow the source material other than, I think, the Dragon Balls. And the names of the people. I've got a few facts in Ben's place. I'm going to do the facts today. So, Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama was initially supportive of the announcement of a live-action adaptation, but after watching the film, he was horrified. He later revealed that he wasn't allowed to have any creative input on the film, and all his suggestions were rejected. The film was originally conceived as a large blockbuster with a $120 million budget, which was what sold it to Chow Yun-fat and Jay Masters. However, when they arrived on the set, they were heartbroken after discovering that the film would only cost $30 million and would be mostly shot in an abandoned jeans factory to save costs. By then, they were contractually obligated to do the film and couldn't back out. Imagine not telling the stars. Crazy. James Masters has expressed his hatred for this film, and Emmy Rossum named it the movie in her career that people shouldn't watch. She also mentioned that the movie is even worse if watched while stoned. So this is the anti-Enter the Void.
That's why Ben didn't join us.
And finally, screenwriter Ben Ramsey has apologised to the film and admitted that he got death threats from Dragon Ball fans since its release. He also admitted to only having written the film for a paycheck. Well, if that doesn't set up this film, then I don't know what does.
Did you ever watch Dragon Ball?
I'll get in. Should we just get into? Should we do our first impressions? I can tell you all about it.
Yeah.
Adam, Katie and Oti aren't here, so you get to decide the order of first impressions.
I don't think it really makes a difference, does it? Let's go you first, and I'll go second. PA.
Okay. PA. I'll be your PA today.
Yeah.
So, I've a very, very passing knowledge of Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball. I think Dragon Ball Z is the spin-off show. Because I watched the whole Frieza and Goku battle when I was a kid. Not that I retained any kind of information about it, more just the fact that it lasted so many episodes for this one battle. And Frieza just kept evolving into different versions of himself. And at one point, like, Goku was doing like this massive power-up that, like, but it meant he had to stand there for like multiple episodes. I'm pretty sure it's multiple episodes, with this big ball of light above his head until it was like ready to fire at Frieza. And for some reason, Frieza just allowed it to happen and wouldn't attack him for this whole time. That's what I remember. Like,
so even the writing on the anime series can be a bit shoddy then.
Maybe that's just my memory of it. Maybe it was all in one episode. I have no idea, but that's my memory of it. Anyway, this is nothing like that. In most senses, other than the Dragon Balls and the characters' names, I can imagine you could just disregard this even being in that universe at all. And I'll lay my cards on the table now. I do really dislike this, but I don't hate it. It's like I don't feel like there's anything in this film I can hate. It's just is what it is. It's just made for kids, man. It's just a kids film. This looks and feels like something like Woody would throw on Netflix nowadays. It's like so cheap, all green screen, really simple and flashy. And in fact, it's Robert Rodriguez is still making films like this to this day.
Like Spy Kids. And
Robert
all that
Rodriguez,
shit.
the guy who's fucking did Dusk Till Dawn, and like, he suddenly just makes kids films, and like Shark Boy and Lava Girl and all that stuff. And he just released We Are Heroes. And there's another film as well, like Woody always watches We're Heroes, and it's just the same as this. It's the same thing, and Woody always watches it. It's just easily like digestible shit for kids. It's just so easy. And the worst thing this film really actually does for everyone is like it's like just totally whitewashing this acclaimed Japanese vision.
Yeah,
and it's set in some weird, sometimes American, sometimes Neo Tokyo, sometimes Power Rangers world. That's
what one of my notes is. It felt so Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's weird, and it's like it's just no sense of what the animation felt like, and that like I think as I said, the biggest surprise I really got from this was the fact that Ernie Hudson was in it, and then like Spike from Buffy's in it. Do you know that? No Spike from Buffy?
No.
Okay, well he's in it. He's Piccolo. He's the bad guy, and then the biggest of all, Chow Yun-Fat, the bloody crouching tiger himself, was in this. So it just shows up. I mean, I don't know what he was doing now. I know he was a big star back in the day, but maybe just not doing much.
2009 was he a big star?
I don't know.
Crouching Tiger was like early 2000s, wasn't it?
So his star fell quickly.
Yeah. Or he just wanted that American money.
Yeah, maybe. I just feel this film is really not made for us. Yeah. And the biggest injustice is for the community who love this. It's like they didn't make it for them either. Yeah. It's like this could have been made this like great gritty and faithful retelling. They just did mindless rubbish for kids instead. It's bad stuff. It's really bad, but it's just not the worst. It's just like mind-numbing rubbish. That's my first impressions.
Yeah, so going into it, I didn't think it was going to be necessarily for kids as such. I thought because why would they have suggested this film if it is effectively a Disney kids film? And straight from the off, you're like, that's all it is. Like I said to you on the chat, it's like a CPV film, which looks like it has a budget of like $100,000, and it just looks so cheap. It looks tacky, and it just doesn't offer anything redeeming for me to keep interested in this film. And I lost interest in this film very quickly, to the point where I know we had to cram it in yesterday. I was like, I need to make dinner. I'm going to make dinner while this film is on. I'm going to eat dinner while this film is on.
I can see it happening. It's fine. It's like that. You're not going to miss anything.
It was just there, and I'm trying to watch it, and I'm like, I still just don't know what... You're just trying to collect all this shit, and then you're going to have a fight with this guy, and then the fight ends, and nothing really comes of it. I thought the only thing that was maybe mildly entertaining was the part when he went up to the party and he was beating him up on the car.
Yeah.
That was kind of... There was almost like a little weird chuckle I had there. Yeah. But apart from that, it was just awful. And again, but it is designed for 4-year-olds, I think, maybe. Not designed for people. But it's like, if you're going to make it a Fox film that looked like it probably had a cinema release, who is going to see this film? I thought Dragon Ball Z was a fairly older crowd of people. It's not
That's the thing, yeah, exactly. Who are they aiming it at?
Yeah. Which is why I just find this whole thing bizarre. And probably why it is so hated, because the people wanting to go see it are older, and then they've been given a kids' film, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like this was massive in the 90s, and it's like so when this came out in 2009, these people are like, 20-something now?
Yeah.
It's like, who are you making this for? They're not enjoying this film.
Yeah, and it's like if we compare it maybe to like some of the older, like Kiss Phantom of the Park is better than this in my opinion.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. It's not.
Because it's like, but because it's like so stupid, and like it had like nobody. I don't know. There's something about it that's more interesting than this.
Oh, I could not stand to watch that film again. This I
I don't
see,
think I want to watch either of them again.
No, I wouldn't watch either again.
Did you watch it with Woody?
I didn't know, because I didn't know it'd be so
Kiddie.
kid friendly. I mean, it's a PG. I mean, the closest you're getting to like any real like risky stuff is I don't know, when the insinuation that maybe that they slept together.
Yeah, and then he has also the dreams about her, and like when he was
Like the
saying
strawberries.
yeah, and it's like, okay, this is just, I just don't get it. It doesn't offer anything for anyone. I think that's the problem. Like, it just sits somewhere and it just doesn't offer anything.
And it's just like getting to the end, like you have, it's this massive, it's supposed to be a massive standoff, and you
It's
don't
not really.
feel, it's supposed to be like the end of the world, right? And
It
it's
just seemed like they were in a
it's-
volcano or something.
Yeah, and like no one was affected around the world.
No.
It's like, it's just
They're
between these
standing
two
on a
people.
polystyrene rock shouting down at this guy.
Yeah, and then it's like, he builds up his power. I swear he like punches him once, and that's the end, isn't it?
Something like that. I mean, I watched this film yesterday, and I have, again, I said I was making dinner and had it on, but I was watching it and I have no recollection of it. Like, I cannot remember basically anything that happened in this film. It is so instantly forgettable. It just doesn't grab you in any way.
Did you notice that Goku had a football poster on his wall?
No.
Oh,
What was the football poster of?
that was the one thing I was going to ask you.
I'm gonna
I
have to
don't know.
rewatch it now for that.
I was wondering if it was a real person or not.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it now.
It was after the house was destroyed, and he walks into his bedroom that was just like demolished, and there's just a random football poster on the wall. And I was wondering, is this a real footballer, or is this in the Dragon Ball universe? But yeah, so if there was the best scene in this film, what would it be?
I think I
Would
said
it
it
be
was the bit when they
high
he
school
attacks
fight?
him on the car.
I'd agree. Yeah, because it kind of feels. I mean, it's so silly.
But I get that bit. That's like, okay, you've added a slight. You tried, okay, you not necessarily funny, but you've gone
stakes
for
there.
humour, and
Yeah.
like, okay, it's a fairly interesting fight scene if you were a kid. Like when he slides across the car on his head.
Yeah, I know.
If I was 5, I'd be like, that's the fucking sickest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's true. That was pretty funny. But like the madness of this thing, right? These guys at this party, they both have metal bars.
Yeah.
And they're gonna beat this guy.
And he's the one who everyone's looking down on for beating him up. And he's like, they've literally tried to hit me in the head with a metal pole, and they've hit themselves, or they hit each other, and I'm the one who's going to be in trouble for it.
So ridiculous.
It
It's so
is just-
ridiculous.
I just don't get any of it. Literally beyond that point, I was just like, I just do not get it. I just do not understand it. I don't know what it is trying to achieve. Again,
Yeah.
that's why if you go back to Kiss, it's like I kind of get what they were going to do. Like I get the envision they had in their heads. Yes, probably loads of drugs got involved and not having enough time and all of that kind of shit. But this, it's just like, what were you trying to achieve? You've just pissed everyone off from the outset. 10 people are making 10 different films. So none of it's going to translate. But
the thing with me with this is that I can almost kind of, although whoever put this thing together is so deluded to think like that anyone's going to watch this because your big fan base is so much older than who you're aiming this film at, right? So that's just ridiculous. But because it is a kids film. There's no other word. Like, it is just a kids film, right? So I can kind of forgive it because I know it's not for me. It's like, this hasn't been made for me. If Woody was watching it, I'd be like, yeah, he'd probably be loving this shit. And if I
Yes,
was
but,
watching this
like-
when I was 9 years old, I'd be like, yeah, I'm loving this.
But like, I want to see if it got released in the cinema.
But this is the thing. What I'm saying is that against Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, like, that is for adults, right? And I hate it. It's aimed at me, and I hate it, right? Take it to like American Psycho 2. It's aimed at me, right? One of my favourite films of all time, American Psycho. You're aiming this film at me. I fucking hate it because you're just fucking stamping all over this world that's been built, bringing Patrick Bateman into it, making him look an absolute idiot, and you're like ruining the film that I love. Whereas this, I'm like, I have no stakes in this universe. It's not made for me. So why do I really care? It's just there, and I know it's not for me.
But it's like, but this is the thing I struggled with. It's like, if you had told me that going in, I'd been, why are we doing? Like, it is just a Disney. Like, this would have been on Disney Channel all the time. Yeah. But they spent £30 million on it, and they put it out in the cinema.
Yeah,
and it's like, come on.
We're talking about the 2000s though, where like CGI was rubbish back then.
Yeah, but let's talk about like Spy Kids then.
Yeah,
that was half decent in comparison to this, and it probably had less money.
But I wonder, Adam, if we went and watched Spy Kids again, would it be any good?
I think there would have been something in it you'd have taken away from it. Over
the nostalgia, right?
I don't think even nostalgia. I think there was probably an element. I don't know.
What, Floop is a madman? Help us save us.
I just
the fun men.
The fun men. I don't know. The thing is with this film is like, all I can say is it's shit. I don't really have anything else to offer to critique it. It's not a film we can go through scene by scene and talk about how it happened, because it is not that type of film.
I know it's a hard egg to crack when it is just, you've seen everything in this film you've seen before done better, and it is all just looking at a very bad green screen most of the time, and like the man when he turns into what's the fucking guy's name at the end? Ozaru, when he turns into this like bear creature, and it's like, how bad was that CGI?
It's just like
so bad.
It's just, I think the thing that's more interesting about this film is all the facts that you told about it. Like, talk about the mess behind the scenes, and like that's probably more interesting than this film, with all of them probably getting pissed off at the fact they haven't got the money. They're all signed up to do this, like who's got involved, and yet the film, like, I think that's more, we could have talked about the facts more than I think we could talk about this film.
I know, yeah. I mean, it was definitely some kind of inspiration with maybe. I mean, this. I'm not trying to say that this is anywhere near it, but Seven Samurai, with the fact that you've got these 7 balls and you got to go around and collect them, and they almost get like 7. It's not almost like it's not 7 people. Yeah, but 7.
But like
almost 7 people.
Power Rangers, and it's just like it's been done 100 times. Like you don't need to Americanize this. Like the Americans have Power Rangers, they have all of that type of shit. Just stick in that lane.
It's just so obvious as well, the fact that Goku, right, and he's just this clearly white, blue-eyed American guy. Yeah. And it's like, oh yeah, my granddad's just this Japanese man.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is going on?
Explain some origins of like everything.
But that was the twist, Adam. They left that twist right to the end, because he was a baby that got brought down. I mean, this is the thing. This is like a story that clearly exists, that everyone knows if you're a massive fan of Dragon Ball Z, right? And it's probably, everyone knows that, Goku is Ozaru or whatever, and he was a baby, and then he got adopted by Gohan or whatever. It's like, but it's just not presented well in this. But it's like, I don't really, it's almost, that's one thing that it's not done well for kids, because it would just confuse kids. It's too confusing at the end. I don't know what's going on. Like, why is he turned into a bear?
Do they really think they were going to make a second film? Like, do you reckon they really thought this is going to still be a series, though? Of like,
of them? Yeah, definitely. Did you watch the end credits scene?
No. I turned it off the second those credits rolled.
Man, it was like, I'm not joking, right? It is probably 3 minutes. They say about 3 minutes long. And it's quite a long time, right?
Yeah.
But all the scene is a woman carrying like a bowl of soup, right? For about 2 minutes 20, right? Heating the soup up or some shit, going into a house, going up to a bed, to like a cover that's covering someone, right? And what's obviously going to happen in the last 20 seconds? Not even 20 seconds, probably 10 seconds.
Someone's getting revealed.
Who do you think it is? What would be really exciting?
Thanos.
It's just fucking Piccolo, the green guy. It's like, you revealed he's still alive. We knew that. Someone just nursed him to health.
It's not even like, it's all the kids films where nobody dies, they just get knocked out.
I know. They got the wishing balls, haven't they? Bring him back to life.
Katie and OT, you, like, I'm sorry that I don't have much, but can you please watch this film and then we can have a discussion about, like, why you brought this to the film? I'm sorry that we can't talk about it in more detail because there is fuck all to talk about. I want you guys to watch it and then say to us why you done it, or at least send us your opinion in of what the hell was making you think this.
I did give him a small window, but I probably didn't leave him enough time to actually send us their review. If they've even seen it, I don't know. If they have seen
rated it on Letterboxd or something. But again with Cats, and again with, I don't know.
Please don't say you think Cats is better than this.
Yes, there was more to
No, it's
talk
not.
about and to take away from that, from Cats.
No, it's not.
Into a podcast.
That made me physically ill. That film.
Again, but I don't. There's more to discuss in it though. I feel like. Well, maybe it's not better film then. That's maybe not the right way of saying it. But like,
I
we
feel
can
like
talk
do you
about it
know
in
when
more
you get
detail.
You get to like the upper echelons of your like ratings, like 9s and 10s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that is such a the barrier between that is always emotional. I feel like it's like you just know it in your heart that is a 10 out of 10 because you like have so much love for it. When it comes to like 3, 2, 1s, I just feel like it is an emotional thing as well, but it's how much
you hate
despise it.
Like how angry that film made you.
Or how angry or how it made you feel. And Cats was that one spot because I felt horrendous after watching it. Same with Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, but Cats was worse.
Yeah, you were actually genuinely annoyed at everyone for it.
Yeah. Whereas this, I was just like watching it like I'm just wasting my time. More than anything, that's all it did. It just wasted my time because it's not for me.
That's why I just got on with other stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, we're meant to be doing this next week or something, and we decided to do it now. And so I was like, I've got to go watch. I had to watch it in my evening, but I was like, I've got other stuff to do, and I can't sit around waiting. This film is not warranting me to not make dinner because of this.
But the thing is, like, I'm sure, like, it clearly does because there's so much fan behind this franchise. But there's clearly like a rich tapestry of like history with this thing. And like lore and stuff, and it's like just like if you come into like Lord of the Rings, right, where it's so respectful to the source material, and it wraps you up in the mythology of this place that you end up loving it because it just feels so well written and so well played, and there's love there, right? Whereas this, it feels like a mockery of it. It doesn't. Like none of the mythology or it doesn't build it well enough for you to get wrapped up in it, especially when it's just making it Americanized. You're in American high school. I'm pretty sure they don't go into an American high school in Dragon Ball Z.
That's what I mean. It's kind of offensive to everyone who was involved in Dragon Ball.
I completely understand why it would have annoyed the fans.
Yeah,
100%. How did you feel about the whole segment where he had to light up the torches?
I can't remember it.
What is it like? He needed a bit of incentive, didn't he? And what was his incentive? Vagina.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know.
It's so hard to break down this film.
This is what I mean. It's like, I feel like with, maybe not with Kiss, that was a bit of one, but like Cats, we got an episode out of it that was interesting enough, I think, to listen to. It's like, this, just that for me, doesn't, I'm like, it's shit, it's awful, but I have nothing much more to be able to critique about it because it's not for us, it is for 4-year-olds.
Even to the point of like, what this whole, like, what is the plan of Piccolo? What is the reason he's trying to get the balls to take over the world, right?
Everyone's taken over the world.
It's
kill
like
the human race, and they've just saved us.
Yeah, it's such a generic plan.
Yeah.
He's just that evil that he just wants to rule the world. It's like, well, that's boring.
Yeah,
That is such a kid thing. It's like He's no Thanos.
I think
you
what you're
don't
better
go,
off
oh,
doing,
maybe there's
Paul,
some truth there.
is sitting down with Woody later on, make him watch it, and then
He'll
Woody
you know what he's going to give it?
can
10
then
out,
gi-
10
if
out
he,
of 10.
if he gives us a voice note of a minute review of what he thought about it, and we'll replace Woody's rating on this film with Ben's rating. I think that's the only fair explanation this film can get. It gets something on its playing field.
But that means I'll have to watch it again.
Stick it on and leave him watching it while you do something else.
I could do. He'd probably love it. Maybe I could try that.
Try that, and if he likes it, get him to do a voice note, Paul, and stick it in the end of this podcast.
You know, a massive failure of this film as well. It's one little bit of knowledge that I do have about Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Is that when they're powerful enough, they turn into. I mean, you've probably seen pictures of it. They turn into Super Saiyans.
No.
Where they basically get so powerful, it's almost like they have this jet black hair, but it all goes blonde, and like they have all this energy around them.
Okay.
And it's like, it didn't happen in this. It's like you could have at least done that. That would have been a little bit exciting. I thought it was going to happen, but it never did.
It's like I don't really watch any other anime as well.
Yeah.
Like I never really watch Pokemon. I never really watched. I think the only anime I've ever really watched is One Punch Man. And after a while on that, I gave up because I was not gave up, but like I was a bit like all the episodes are the same.
Yeah, you really have to be into anime. Yeah, I've never been a.
So I just don't really. Again, I don't have it. I don't have the perspective from that side. I don't have it like. So I'm saying it's quite hard to break this one down.
Do you know at the end as well? Do you know like all the Dragon Balls go missing? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Are you ready? We can go find them again." And then Goku's like, "I just have one thing to do, right?" And then that one thing is to go to a stadium and beat up his girlfriend.
But then yeah.
He's gonna fight her to find out who's the strongest.
But it's like
just ridiculous.
at least their gender equality is quite good in it. Everyone's.
That's why they never showed you. That's why they never showed Goku beating up his. I mean, he knocked her out in the film. So at least the women and men have the opportunity to fight in this.
Yes.
Is that a positive about it? Is that a positive?
I don't know. If you're a kid, maybe it's like, oh look, they're fighting. We can both fight.
Maybe
involved. Everyone's involved with the fighting.
Little girls can watch this and feel like I can fight too.
I can save the world in a weird warehouse that used to sell jeans.
Exactly. A gene. It was so green. Everything was green screen, wasn't it?
It's like, and it's like you got £30 million. Like Honora, whatever it was, the one that just won Oscar. I haven't seen it, but that had a budget of like 10. Like,
I mean, this is 2009, 30 million.
But also, again, it's like, what was the films that we used? Ben picked us last year, and what was the ones? And it was the samurais, and there was 4 of them. One of them was blind. One of them
Crippled
was
Avengers.
Yeah, come on, like, that is more entertaining if you were a kid than this.
Well, of course, that's for adults. That.
But again, like you could have just made that for kids. There is no way you need to make all this shit green screen in it. There is like no way you need to do anything. It's like
that's the thing. That this is why I don't. Yes, I know it's really bad, but I don't feel like hatred towards it because like all the dialogue had to be dumbed down, all the plot had to be dumbed down. It just needs to be so simple. Yes, it does get a bit overcomplicated because that's clearly they had to put a little bit of Dragon Ball history into the actual film, but it's so dumbed down and easy to follow that it's like, well, this is not for us, man.
Yeah.
This is not. Like,
this again why
it's not challenging me.
Well, again, I think we've said this about some other films, but it's like our rating of this film doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like,
but at the same time, it's like Sonic, Mario. But that's the thing; they made it entertaining because there's little. I know there's probably some nostalgia in there for us anyway, but they make it entertaining for adults at the same time.
There's a couple of things in there, hidden jokes that you might get that kids don't necessarily like, all those kind of stuff. But it's like, okay.
Yeah.
And then again, I am more familiar with Mario and I'm more familiar with Sonic.
Yeah,
so
I
get
know. Yeah,
some of
so
the
that's the thing.
characters when they're happening. I
Yeah.
don't know, like when they're introducing these people, it's like I don't know who you are.
Yeah,
And it's like again, I watched the Sam Raimi Spider-Man the other day.
10 out of 10 banger.
I was like, but again, it's like you know all of the characters because you're like, oh, I know what you're going to turn into, and like when they start introducing other people on the side, you're like, I know what you're going to do in the next film or the film after that, and it's the excitement of like you see these characters early on, which maybe there's some part of it if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you're like, oh, I know who you're going to turn into. Let's see how they deal, and you get it from Batman. Like every single time you see Harvey Dent, you're like, what's going to happen? And you don't know which way they're going to take it.
Yeah, but it just lacks any kind of stakes or grit to make you feel like anything serious is going to happen.
Yeah.
So immediately you're on the back foot a bit of knowing you're going to enjoy it. So it's like, well, man, this is a nothing film.
I'm sorry, Casey and OT, but I also feel like the blame is on yourself for picking this film.
Yeah, but you know, it's your patrons. You decided, and we did it. There we go.
In the
How about
future, if
that?
you're going to keep picking these films, just cancel your subscription.
Do you know she's going to do it on purpose now and carry on paying the subscription?
Yeah,
How about that?
we'll pay the
And we'll
higher
carry
tier.
on doing it, Katie.
We'll make you special tier, like the bullying tier. You pay £20 a month.
Bullying tier.
We'll call it the marshmallow tier or something. When you're the evil person.
Oh yeah. Well, Adam, I don't have anything else to say about this film. That is all the extent
I had
of
nothing
what I
else
can
to
say.
say from the beginning of this. You've very much carried this episode.
I tried to stretch out the conversation, but it's really just nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
So should we rate this film?
Yeah.
As I said, it's not as bad as Cats. It's not as bad as Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. I do feel like it's not made for us, so I have no ill will towards it. I just know it's a bad film, and it's getting a 3 out of 10.
Okay. I'm putting it down on a half a star. I'm not saying it is maybe as bad as those films, but it's definitely in that category for me.
So you're giving it a 1 out of 10, not half of.
Well, half a letterbox, yeah. It's 1.
So you're giving 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that coming. That's fine. So it's got a 2 altogether. We haven't got Katie Noti's score. Maybe we can update that if they actually have seen
We'll
it
add
in the
Woody's
future.
score to it.
We'll add Woody's score. It's a 2 out of 10, and that immediately makes it the third worst film we've ever seen on the podcast.
Yep. It stays there.
And guess what? Cats is higher.
Because of Julio.
Because of Julio, yes, Julio skewed that. If it was just our scores, it would have been lower. But you know, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's what our patrons do. They get the perks. They can do these things. It's our third worst film we've ever seen. So how about that?
Yep.
That's it.
That's it. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.
That's all we have to say about that. Right, everyone, the episode isn't over yet because we have a special guest on the podcast. The first time that he's ever appeared on the podcast. And there's even 2 guests, really, because one of them's not going to speak much, but he might make some noises in the background. But we have my 2 little boys, Ace and Woody, here. And we have just watched Dragon Ball Evolution, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
And Woody, what did you think of it? Did you like the film?
Yeah,
Was it good?
yeah, it was amazing.
It was amazing. You
Yeah.
thought it was amazing?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So I want to ask you what your favourite bit was.
It was the bit when the boy turned into that monster.
Oh, when Goku turned into a Zaru.
Yeah,
Really? Do you think that was a little bit scary, or was it not that scary?
it wasn't very scary.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Was there any scary bits in the film?
No, there wasn't.
No? Was it scary? I know it's something that scared you a little bit
What?
when you saw they had guns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You don't like it when people have guns in films, do you?
Yeah, but only on games.
Yeah. They didn't really use the guns, did they?
Yeah, because on the games we just have guns.
Yeah, we don't like guns, do we?
Yeah.
So did you like all the powers they had in the film?
Yeah, that was amazing.
How about, did you like the bit where they went to the party at the beginning and Goku had to fight all the bullies?
Yeah, I love that bit because he done a backflip and then and then they was just bumping into each other, and I loved that bit when two bullies had sticks to whack him, but then he just done another backflip onto that man's car, and then he was starting to go everywhere on it, and he was trying to whack him, but then the car was braking.
I know. And did you see when he slid with his head on the car? His head slid across the top of the car.
Yeah, I love that bit.
That was funny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I know one bit you didn't want to watch, though, in the film.
What?
You didn't like the bit where Goku and the woman were kissing, did you?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Why don't you like to see that?
Because I only like my mum and dad to kiss.
That's fair enough. Ace agrees. Do you know why Goku turned into the monster in the end? Do you understand
No.
the story?
No.
I didn't either. I don't know why that happened. But did you like it still?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Is there any other bits that you really liked in the film?
Actually, I liked the bit when there was bad guys what wasn't humans, and they were fighting the people who was on that man's team who had the Dragon Balls.
Yeah. And then he threw him in the lava.
Yeah, he threw them in the lava. He threw them bad guys into the lava, okay, guys? Okay.
I'm going to ask you one more question now.
Yeah.
How many stars does Dragon Ball Evolution get?
10.
So you're giving it 10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Did you love it that much?
Yeah!
Oh my god. So is it the same, like you love it the same as you love like We Are Heroes? That film?
Yes!
Oh wow. You must love it a lot.
But-
Well, let's add a 10 to the scores, and that gives it a 4.66. So it gets a 4.7 out of 10. And that means it's our new number 15 worst film we've ever watched.
Hey, you're lying, mate. Okay?
We didn't actually like it.
I did.
Me and Adam didn't like it.
I did.
I know you did. But me and Adam didn't like it. But we're glad you liked it. Because you are the person it was made for, isn't it? Because it's a children's film.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one more thing that you can do now, because every time someone comes on the podcast, they're allowed to add a rating to a film we've done, right? And I know you're a big fan of a film we've done before.
Yeah.
And what film is that?
Sonic!
Yeah, you absolutely love Sonic. And what do you give Sonic?
100.
So 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So you've given Sonic a brand new score of 7.8, and that's an original score. It's never had that before. So now it sits just below It Chapter 2 and The Housemaids above it. So you've put it in a very good position. Is that good? Are you happy about that?
Yes.
Good. And thank you so much for coming on the podcast, Woody. It's so...
Thank you so much for coming on the...
No, I'm telling you.
Cool.
I'm saying thank you for coming on the podcast.
Oh, this.
And just so everyone knows, Woody, you're on Letterboxd, aren't you? You've been rating films on there.
Yeah.
And it's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, most things are 10 out of 10, aren't they, that you rate? But, you know, that's Woody. He just loves everything, because that's just wonderful. And if you want to go follow him, you can find him at Woody Mayers on Letterboxd. And his smiling face will be there. So go over there, follow him, and see all the films we've been watching.
Bye-bye.
Okay, he's off. He's gone.
Hey, I'm coming back.
He's coming back. He's coming back. What you got to say?
going.
Are you going to say bye to everyone?
Bye-bye, everyone.
Well, as you notice, you might have known that we were supposed to do Estarga today, but obviously Ben wasn't here. So we thought, hey, we'd slide this little gem into the schedule right here. So next time you will be hearing us talk about S. Darko, another very bad film. But I feel like there will be more to talk about. But that was it. And I guess we can just see you on the Patreon. We're going to go do the Patreon now, which is about, Adam?
Failed nostalgic films.
But the actual title I'm going to give it is Worst Nostalgic Revivals.
Yeah.
So that
leave
gives you an
that
idea.
shit alone.
Exactly. And if you fancy a bit of that, you can get it at www.patreon.com/filmbusters, where you can become beautiful family members, just like the likes of the wonderful Tia from the Alien Effect podcast.
Yes, you can. You can also join Francis Iberini.
You can join Mr. Luke Bennett.
You can also join Stephen Mark from Movie Drone.
You can join Brent from Home Video Hustle.
You can join Luke Human.
You can join Sean Panner Nicholson.
You can also join Nerd Alert.
You can join Julio from The Contrarians.
We have Jamie Russell from the Movie Duel podcast.
And finally, we've got the people who brought you this episode, the wonderful patrons Katie and Oti from For Your Reference. You better go watch that film, guys, and tell us what you thought.
Yeah, if we have to watch it, you have to watch it.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Filmbusters.